Yeah.
Welcome to something.com.
Welcome to the darkness.com.
I already broke. It's supposed to be serious.
I can't
Do it again. Shut. Bring it down.
All right.
I gather myself. Okay.
Welcome to the darkness.com. I am Chandler, overlord of the skeleton army.
And I am Rebekka, creature of the night.
That's so cool.
Thank you so much. Oh my god. Welcome to the darkness.com. Keeping it on the DL.
I'm extremely sweaty right now.
Yeah, it kind of took you a while to get here, so I've also just been sweating. Wow, I'm parched apparently. Jesus Christ.
Yep. Well, I don't... There should be more imagery of like goths drinking water, because they're wearing like a lot of stuff on it most of the time, and I don't ever see them hydrating. Like, are they okay?
Yeah, I think hydrated goths are necessary. I mean, but the thing is, like, goths, they age like a fine wine. Like, I feel like every time like I meet an older, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of people that I follow online where they're like in their 40s and 50s, and like they look great.
That's true. I've seen a lot of great older goths. Aspirational, honestly.
I think it's like the lack of sunlight.
That's definitely it.
They like protect their skin.
Yeah. You live in a cellar, like in your sacrificial Dracula lair.
Yeah, and you just bathe in the light of your computer.
No wrinkles.
It's true. Yeah, I always wonder about that. There's like a few people. Everyone's doing really well. I think it's also like, I guess it's oftentimes like kind of a youthful style. This is actually not goth.com. This is like the darkness.
That's true.
I don't want to like offend any goths.
I hope no goths are offended.
I don't think they would be. I mean, do you consider yourself goth?
Goth. Say... Yeah, there was like a very significant part of my life where I was like very goth. Like, I'm not as much anymore, but like it kind of comes and goes.
Yeah,
comes and goes.
Yeah, it feels really hard to come out of like the entropy of goth.
Yeah, depravity. I'm actually just coming out of one.
Really?
Yeah, like getting to wear this. By the way, I want to show
this
everyone.
Looks great. Yeah, everyone needs to really take a moment.
Okay, I'm actually wearing like legit like giant trip pants with like a chain and everything.
And it's like we'll like get a good turnaround of you after the thing, the show, because it's like an immaculate outfit with like an intense belt. The legs are like this wide. Yeah. Like you turn to this. It was like that thing where you were facing me and then you like turned and you were like an entirely new shape when you like turned around.
My silhouette's really strong right now.
It's a fucking great look. It makes me really like nostalgic. I wish I had like saved all my like trip pants.
Me too.
There were some good ones.
I had ones that had like an olive green trim, which I thought was really cool and unique.
That's good. So I like some of them. Like there's like a few where I'm like that never look good, but these ones are like
kind of
so good.
These are like kind of chic because it's all black. You know, it's black hardware on a black pant. Like this is very contemporary. It's in style. It's all black on black.
It's very sophisticated.
Yeah,
I feel like it's a very.
When I think trip pants, I think sophisticated.
Well, like
I'm going to the ball.
I mean,
I would love to go to a ball where I'm like dressed like this.
I mean, I
was the Headbangers Ball.
What is that?
It's like an old like I think it was like on MTV. It was like all rock or like metal music or something.
It does sound really. Sorry, this button's amazing.
Which button?
The button on your shrug.
Oh yeah, my like shrug. Is this a shrug?
Like cyber?
Yeah, it's a cyber dog. Yeah. Is it a bolero? It's a shrug. I don't know what you call it.
I think it's I don't know. I would call it a shrug because I don't think I'm fancy enough to know what a bolero is.
I thought that was like I don't know. I like read that term. I was like, oh, that's the name of like a really tiny jacket.
A bolero. That's cute. I like that.
Shrug makes more sense. It's like even tinier than a tiny jacket, so it's probably a shrug. Yeah. Yeah. It's my side. The store that sold this to me is just went out of business.
It's really
I got it at Gothic Renaissance in New York City. R.I.P. Gothic Renaissance.
That's depressing that they didn't make it.
Yeah. Although apparently it was owned by someone who sucks, so I was like, oh well.
Yeah, but so does everything in New York
City. That's true.
Everything's owned by someone.
Everything's owned by someone.
Everything's owned by someone, especially in NYC. There's probably some complicated politics behind it. I mean, it's like finding out, like, you're just having a nice time at the Strand, you're buying a book, and then you find out, like, people were up in arms about the owner, I think, getting certain loans. But anyway, that is kind of the darkness.
That is the darkness
of commerce.
Commerce and capitalism, the darkness. The true colors of
the darkness. Yeah. But yeah, I'm really excited about this week's theme because I think it's like very ripe. And I feel like I've been like doing a lot of research.
Oh, really?
In terms of just like really encapsulating myself, really soaking myself in like the darkness of the internet.
That's good. You should tell me some of that because I was busy applying for jobs, which is another kind of darkness.
That's really responsible, and yeah, that's definitely touching the void.
It's the first time I'm doing it for like about 12 months, so it's not that responsible.
Dang, yeah. How's applying for a job in
a pandemic? Whack.
It's whack as hell.
It's whack as hell.
Yeah, it seems like it.
But I'm going kind of cuckoo bananas, so I gotta do something. I just need something to fill my time. Would like to make a little more money to be able to survive a little better.
Oh, totally.
And
also just like new experiences. Like this idea of like
I haven't had an experience in 12 months. So.
I know. Oh my god. We're gonna talk about an experience and I'm gonna pitch it to you later in the episode. Oh, so we might be going off campus for this episode. But we'll see. It's like kind of already late. But I think it's fine. I think it'll make it spookier. Also, we're like super gothed out. I mean, you are much more than I am. I'm more like a supporting character with what's happening right now. But like, I think it'll be really fun for us to trip you around.
So tell me about some of the evil internet stuff you've unearthed.
Okay. So, honestly, this is like kind of a trifecta.
Okay.
So, and ending in sort of what I want to pitch. So maybe we should alternate between like I'll tell you a darkness and you'll tell me a darkness.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you a darkness.
I didn't do as much research as you. I'll just have to like go inside and see what comes out.
Oh, that's totally okay. That's okay. Just like, you'll feel it. I mean, you've been applying for jobs. You've been in it, the darkness.
Yeah.
Like anyone else. Mm-hmm. Because I don't have my phone, which is like my brain. So now like it's really difficult. That's okay. But no, so like, let's see. In terms of like darkness this week, I was watching this one film. I think I sent it to you, where it's like this terrible, like, I just found out they're like a super popular YouTube channel that only does horror content, and I can't remember their name. I'll put it like right here behind us. But they have this one video that's called My Son Won't Stop Growing at Night or something. And it's like, honestly so creepy, and it like really frightened me. And this is like all of their content is like this, that it's sort of like a Paranormal Activity meets like terrible home video meets like douchebag YouTuber culture, where it almost feels like a satire.
Yeah, I only was able to watch a portion of it. I should go home and watch all of it, but I was very entertained by it tonally.
Yeah, it's something where I'm not sure. Maybe you can look it up on your computer.
Oh yeah.
And just for like reference, so we can tell them, so I don't have to like talk in circles. But anyway, like the video is basically these two dudes who only refer to each other as like dude and bro, and like they basically go on horror adventure stories together, and they write these stories together. So they have a series about just like what they buy off of the dark web, and so each episode is about this weird thing they get off the dark web. And then they have this other one where they actually visit different people or like different scenarios. And in this one, My Son Won't Stop Growing at Night is about this mom who has her son kind of locked in the house, and there's something weird happening to him, and so they set up cameras to like record him. So spoilers, I'll give you like 5 seconds to stop the video and go watch it. We'll have like...
Okay, I found it.
Okay. What's their like name?
Gonna find it. Hold on. We're going...
No rush. But like...
I have no internet.
Oh no.
Your internet. It's okay. I'll just connect to my own iPhone's internet.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Whatever works. But anyway, spoiler buffer is over. But... I mean, do you mind if I spoil it? Do you want to watch it?
Just tell me. Okay,
so it's insane.
Ooh, I just touched the microphone.
Oh, that's okay. Hello. So the really cool thing about it, I mean, it's not cool, but basically they set up cameras throughout this woman's house, and she's like obviously traumatized and is talking about that like after I think the death of her husband or something, her son started acting really weird, and they like go in and talk to him, and like his whole body twists in this weird way, and they find this like living pile of meat in his room, and they're like, and the whole time they're like, bro, what? And then one of the guys like never takes off his sunglasses, like that's part of his character.
Okay, so they're called Life of Luxury.
Life of Luxury. They have like millions of followers, so I'm sure people...
This is great.
But they do a really good job. And there's this scene where like the son is like in his bed, he finally goes to bed, and this is like on the secret camera, and like you see all his limbs grow. All at like they're like and like kind of starts sticking out at the end of the thing, and then he like walks around like he's on stilts.
Oh my god.
And then he walks into his like mom's room, and she's sleeping and everyone's sleeping, and he walks in, and like this like weird like bug like straw tongue comes out and like sticks her and kind of like sucks out some blood, and he
like a mosquito
feeds off her, kind of like a mosquito, and then he goes back to bed, and then they like watch all the film together, and then they're like, this is totally fine, let's stay another night, and then it goes from there. And then the thing is, like, some of it's like, I feel like they must be self-aware, because some of it's really cringy. They're acting so cringy, so it almost feels like it's like a satire of like YouTubers who have really bad sense of logic, who will like film dead bodies in a forest, kind of bad logic. And so it kind of makes sense that like these shitty like douchebag YouTubers would just stay in the worst scenarios and make bad decisions. So it's kind of genius. Life of Luxury. Shout out to you. You're doing very well. A+. But I was really enjoying their videos. I also watched a video of theirs of a gigantic sort of carnivorous tapeworm.
Oh, my nightmare.
Me too, actually.
Parasites, man.
Yeah, anything to do with sort of like the rectum is sort of very frightening to me. I have a story about that, but maybe I don't want to talk about it on the podcast. That involves my rectum.
You lost your rectum?
No, it like involves my rectum.
Oh, it involves your rectum. I was like, you lost
the
it?
true darkness.
The rectum.
The original darkness. So that was one of my fun. I was like going down like a horror, I guess, hole.
That reminds me of there's a video I just retweeted of like someone's in the kitchen and they're like, oh man, I don't know how to make an egg in the morning.
I sure wish I knew how to fry an egg.
It's literally.
Oh, there's my little
It's the same thing.
It's the same guy.
Is it the same?
I don't know if it's the same guy, but it looks like the egg creature.
Okay.
It's like,
yeah, there's like a guy who's like clearly wearing like an all black bodysuit, like a stilt and like these long, and it has like those those like grabber things that like people use for like
very nice.
To like grab things and have like mobility. Yeah. He has like two of those and to sort of be like claw hands. He just like this big creature silhouette and this scary mask. And then the creature comes in like screeching. But then like makes a fried egg somehow.
Yeah, he's like,
thanks, buddy.
Yes, he is. Did you see it? I still watch all of it.
Yeah, there was like another one where it makes toast or something.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, there's something about that which I thought it was really funny, and then there's like this weird purist part of myself that's like, I'm like, no, you have to. I don't like it. I'm like, I want it to stay scary. I want like certain characters to like stay Like, it's almost like, for me, almost like a waste of the character. I'm like, no, I want you to, like, frighten me.
What, that the character... You think it's a waste that the character is funny?
Yes.
I think it's funny and scary at the same time.
Yeah, the scariness kind of wears off on me, and then I'm just like, it's making an egg.
That's like anything scary. Is there anything scary that has just, like, maintained its scariness for you?
That's a really good question, actually. I mean, I think, like, the idea of the unknown will always be frightening. So, like, any monster... I mean, like, the It Follows creature is, like, forever scary because you never see it. Like, that's really the only way to, like, capture terror. But, yeah, I mean, I think anything you can kind of look at after a while. Like that movie Mama. Did you ever see that movie Mama?
No, I didn't. I wanted to, and I didn't.
Okay.
I was trying to get someone to watch it with me, and they didn't. And it's hard for me to watch movies alone, just because if I don't have, if I don't have a person there to, like, make it, like, a socializing activity, I just, like, will get up every 10 minutes, you know, and it'll take me a really long time to finish the movie.
You need a buddy.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, like, because, like, you have trouble watching scary movies.
No.
No, but in that movie, it's, like, which is, I remember I like part of the first part because it's about these kids who are, like, I guess raised by, like, a sort of like a ghost creature, basically. And so they're all feral. I know, me too. Relatable. But, like, the thing is, like, it's really it's one of those things where it, like, designed the creature and so you'd only see little bits of it and it was really scary. And then there's a point in the film, and I feel like this happens all the time in, like, certain like horror films, that you'll just end up there'll be a certain point where the camera pans over and you see all of it and you're like, no, and then you get, like, a climate. I mean, I, like, only watch horror films, like, through my hands for, like, 2 hours. Like, it's really hard for me to watch them. Like.
That's how everyone should be watching this podcast.
Probably all, 14 of you guys?
Yeah.
Hello!
Yeah, we broke double
people.
digits.
Oh, 14 people. Honestly, I'm pretty stoked. Because I was thinking about it, I was like, if there was 14 people in this room, it'd be, like, a legit party. It's, like, a successful hangout. So hello to you guys. It's really exciting. I'm legitimately excited. Hello.
Me too.
But yeah, there's always a part in the film where it's like you see the whole monster, it's horrifying for a second, and then it's like your brain is just like, this is just trauma's fine, and then it's just not scary anymore.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's like when Cloverfield came out, I was, like, fully obsessed with it. I was, like, scary. Deep in, like, the online, like, ARG lore before it fully came out, and I was just like...
I don't know anything about that, really. I, like, love the film, though.
Okay, so, like, prior to Cloverfield coming out, it, like, really utilized the concept of, like, what's ARG? Alternate reality game?
Yeah.
Basically, there's just a bunch of less, like... It's, like, kind of like an online scavenger hunt, where, like, people would find, like, it was supposed to be, like, clues that, like, unlocked a bigger story within that would sort of, like, make sense and then lead to then the movie coming out. Like, we figured all this out, and then the movie is, like, what, like, you know, the resulting of whatever you discovered.
Like, you didn't know it was going to lead to a film, basically.
Like, no, I think people... Marketing. Yeah, I think at first people didn't know it was from, but then they realized it was from Cloverfield, and they knew it was going to be towards Cloverfield, but they thought, like, something... Basically, there were, like, really high expectations, and I think ultimately, if I remember correctly, the clues sort of amounted to kind of, like, nothing and didn't go anywhere, and it's kind of, like, a huge disappointment.
That's, like, kind of the end of a lot of ARGs, because I think it's sometimes just, like, almost, like, too much information for creators to, like, fully... It's like writing a really complex movie series or a show, and it's, like, hard to wrap it up in a satisfying way without it coming off as, like, hey, play our video game.
Yeah,
you know,
that's why they need to hire game designers and not marketers.
Yeah, I mean, I think they do. I think
do
it's
they?
Just, like, I think sometimes.
I don't know. I was really disappointed. I was, like, so excited about the Cloverfield thing. I was like, what is it? Because there was, like... There was a whole thing where... Spoilers for Cloverfield, whatever, it came out, like, 100 years ago, so whatever.
Yeah, it's your fault. Go watch 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to spoil the movie. Here you go.
I don't even think this was... I don't even know if this is referenced in the movie, but basically, it's sort of referenced through the ARG that Cloverfield was this sort of, like... I think it came from like Japan in like a Godzilla sort of way. Like there basically was like some sort of company, like a Japanese, like a Japanese-based company that also was like the company owned this like sort of 7-Eleven sort of convenience chain, and like there was like a Slurpee, and like that was called like, I want to call it like Slurm, but that's the thing from Futurama.
Yeah.
Let's call it like, it was called like, I guess I could look this up. I don't know. I'll just call it Slurpee because I don't know what else to call it. But if you look in the movie, someone like throws a cup of that Slurpee like at the monster, I think, or something, and everyone who liked the ARG was like, "Oh my god, there it is! There's the cup!"
They're thirsty
or something. Or I think someone like, maybe that part is in the trailer as well, and someone's like, "This scene, this," and like would do the screen grab and be like, "What other clues are in this screen grab?" But there was like nothing. It was like
interesting. Oh yeah, I mean that's probably like, that was pretty early in sort of I guess there's sort of like the whole like guerrilla marketing stuff. There was like sort of a hot moment where I think like, didn't like District 9 also do something?
That would sound about right.
I think so. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But
what are like contemporary ARGs? What's an ARG happening right now?
There's so many good ones. I mean the one of the biggest ones was like the horse ebooks one.
Was that an ARG?
I mean, I think it was something where kind of where there was like a conspiracy, because I think ARG is like very like lightly.
There's a whole forum. I'm gonna get involved in ARGs. That's my new quarantine hobby.
There's like a new one that I think Nextpro did a piece on that they think is gonna develop into an ARG, where there's this YouTube channel called like Vision 2020 or 2020 Vision, where basically each video, which was posted, like the channel was created like 3 years ago or almost 4 years ago, like 2017, and basically all these videos had premonitions where it would just be an eye, and the eye would blink and tell you like the name of a celebrity and then like the date that they were going to die.
Oh my god.
And so it like basically chronicled all the deaths of celebrities in 2020, like
accurately?
4 years ago. Yes.
That's not ARG, that's like a conspiracy theory. Those are different.
Well, people kind of figured out how they did it, on how they sort of did this and where it was accurate.
Wow.
Okay, so this is what they ended up doing, and this is why they think it's an ARG and it's going to like lead to something. Because I mean, they just know it's a game. They know there's not like a supernatural force, because there's a way where you can basically put the name and it's literally the name of the thing, and then have a very long video that's like a half hour that goes through all the dates. And within the YouTube editing software, you can actually edit pre-existing videos down. And so they did this thing where it would actually, the celebrity would actually die before anyone actually knew the channel existed, and they could cut the video down and keep the original post date. So it's kind of like using the YouTube editing system to their advantage. Oh. So there's like, it's not supernatural. This? Yes.
2020 Vision,
I think.
And they think it's an ARG for what?
Well, they're not sure yet, because it's at the beginning. It's something that's like, people are just sort of like, oh,
people just found out about this?
Yeah, or like kind of like last year. So they're wondering if it's like meant to sort of be at the start of an ARG, or sort of, again, like a kind of a weak sort of guerrilla marketing campaign for a specific musical artist. But yeah, this is
okay. I found.
Yes, there it is.
Oh boy, I can't read to.
No, you don't have to read it all, but like it's genius. I mean, that kind of stuff.
But it's predicting that Eminem is gonna die this year.
Well, not all of them, but it did predict a few people.
Tyga died?
I don't know. Maybe it's not that accurate.
Oh wait, March 12th didn't happen yet.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
It says that Tyga's gonna die on March 12th.
Eminem needs to like fucking watch his back. That makes me sad.
Thomas Cruise, not even Tom Cruise.
Maybe that's just a different guy.
What? But it's not.
So this is existing, and so they think this is like a thing.
That's like
which is kind of spooky.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it is really creepy.
All right, so March 12th.
It's genius. Maybe our names are on it.
Oh.
Would you want to know, like, when you were going to die? Or would you want to be totally in the dark about it? If you had no way of, like, stopping the death?
don't know. Because I'm like, don't tell me.
You have to definitively answer now.
My instinct is like, don't tell me. But then I'm like, well, maybe if I knew, it'd sort of like kick my ass into gear a little more, you know? Like,
I
well,
mean, you know you're going to die.
I'm like, I only got 4 days, so I better, like, you know, really use those 4 days.
That's super valid. Is like, you would want to know. Like, if it was going to be super soon, I'd want to, like, know that I should just, like, fuck off all my responsibilities and go do something
exactly.
fun. You know, but then if it's, like, far away, then I'm just going to count down for, like, 30 years.
Yeah, exactly. Because sometimes I'm like, it's all right. I can be a little slow, whatever. I'll find success in my 50s or something. But I'm like, what is
you might not have it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's super valid. Man, what was I watching? I was watching something today that was, like, frightening me and making me feel, like, very in touch with my mortality.
Oh, no. What was it?
Oh, I think it was, like, just... Oh, I don't remember. It was, like, a news thing about, like, freak accidents where I got, like, suddenly really scared of, like, what if... Oh, nice.
Cute little...
Subtle.
Cute little cat.
A little cat. A little gato.
Yeah.
A little cat.
You were watching accent videos?
No, I don't remember. No, what?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what you said.
No, just like just accidents. Like there was I was watching or something. I don't remember. Never mind. This is not important. But like I thought there was like a moment where I got like really frightened. Oh, I finished reading Kerry. And there's this part, the ending of Kerry, just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna spoil it, but like it's just there's a lot of blood. Like Stephen King just goes off his rocker and just starts killing everyone in the most creative ways, and it's just like the randomness of it. It's just like, you know, almost everyone in this town gets killed, and like he has this weird thing about electrocuting people and being crushed by things, and just people were just so many. He explained the deaths of so many people in this thing, and I was just like, I was like what if I get electrocuted? Like what if something, like I just had this really weird like late night moment where I was like, I'm never leaving my apartment ever again. I cannot. And then it's over. And
I think I got electrocuted once.
On purpose?
No.
When? Recently?
So no, when I was like younger, somewhere between like 3rd and 6th grade. Mm-hmm. The building I lived in had an awning, and the awning is supported by 2 metal poles, and I'm young, and I don't know, I wanted to grab both poles. And I remember there being a buzzing, being, where the fuck is that buzzing coming from? And I grabbed both poles, and then all of a sudden, I felt like, it felt like someone grabbed me and was shaking me, so I let go, and I was like,
you were definitely electrocuted.
Yeah, right? I let go, none was there.
Wow, that's fucked up.
Like, I could have...
Maybe it unlocked a secret power or something. Like, you're gonna like...
Yeah, that's what gave me ADD.
Yeah, the secret power.
I never told anyone in my family about that. I wonder, would that have killed me?
You should have told them. You definitely got electrocuted.
There was definitely communication issues in my family where I didn't really tell anyone anything.
You look pretty good.
It didn't hurt. It just felt, I guess, because if I was electrocuted, like my muscles were convulsing or something, so it felt like I was being pulled. Yeah. It literally felt like someone was shaking me, and it wasn't. Like, no one was there. Anyway, here's the darkness.
That is the darkness.
A trauma I've never vocalized to anyone. I don't know. At the time, I thought it was, like, kind of cool. At the time, I was like, whoa, I just got, like, electrocuted. I wanted to go in again. I was like, don't do that.
It's definitely, like, a strong origin story.
Yeah.
I wonder if, like, maybe you didn't die because you were somehow just, like, letting the power traverse through your body. Like, if you'd only touched one, maybe it'd, like...
Yeah, and I did let go of both at the same exact time. Maybe if I only let go of one, I would have, like...
fucked up. You would have been fried.
Yeah. Wow. It's like how... Isn't that like how birds are able to, like, sit on, like... perch on, power cords or something, because they're like...
Are all birds getting electrocuted at all times?
No, they're not, because like both feet, like they're pulsing through, or maybe it's just like covered with a lot of rubber, so it's not getting hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, I think there's like stuff on it. I feel like we'd see a lot more like one-legged birds really like hitting the dust. You know, they'd be like, rah, and fall to the ground. And there's a lot.
There aren't a lot of power lines in New York City. They're all underground.
It's true, underground, yeah. Which is smart. It's really intelligent. That's how it is in like a lot of other countries and stuff, like you don't really see power lines in the same way. Like if you're going cross country, like I think in Europe you don't really see them.
Really? I thought you do see, but I don't know.
I mean, it's not like you never see them, but not like the way like
you see them here.
Yeah, like in Washington State, they're just like everywhere. But yeah, I don't think you see them in the same way. I think a lot of them's underground. I think, I don't know.
Anyway, Chandler 1, electricity 0.
That's crazy. That happened at school?
No, this happened like outside I was like Also, I'm like with my family. This is like we're waiting outside of the house. No,
like,
they were talking to each other. I'm like bored because I'm like a little kid and I'm like antsy and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna grab metal thing. I'm gonna swing from I'm like, and then it just happened. I was like, well, I'm okay. I'm just gonna go back upstairs or in the cab or whatever we were waiting to do.
You're young.
Yeah,
You're young.
We kids bounce back.
Maybe you're gonna live forever now. I swear.
Ooh.
It's gonna like lead to something. Like you've charged your battery.
Yeah.
And now you're ready to go. Dang. I don't know. I never got electrocuted as a kid. That's
I don't think
exciting.
I don't know what was happening that like electricity was even like pulsing through the metal structure of the awning.
You could have sued someone for sure if you actually got electrocuted.
I must like what else would have this is like very vivid memories.
A ghost just being like ghost. I mean you never know. Have you ever seen a ghost?
No, have you? Although a friend told me that she saw a ghost in my house once.
Really?
Yeah.
That actually, someone recently told me that she's never seen a ghost, but like similarly her friends saw ghosts around her. Which was like really crazy.
Well, this is the same building house I got electrocuted at.
Ghosts. It has to be ghosts.
Definitely ghosts. My friend was staying over and she was sleeping in like the family like den, like hangout room, had like a pull-out couch, and so you're sleeping in there, and the next morning she was like, Chandler, do you know a man with a big red beard, sort of like lumberjacky? And I was like, nope, don't know a guy like that at all, never met one.
Whoa, ew.
I was like, maybe he died in this building or something.
A lumberjack came and died in your building.
Yeah.
After a long day of lumberjacking
in Manhattan.
Cutting trees down. Someone has to do it. Take down those pesky trees.
It's true.
That's crazy. I don't know. I mean, I feel like I think I've talked about this on like my old YouTube channel, but like I feel like I had like really bad sleep paralysis for a while.
Did you have a sleep paralysis demon?
Yeah.
What is that really? Tell me.
Well, I think it manifests differently for different people, but it normally means that there's like, and which is also kind of tied to like people who think they've been like abducted by aliens. They think that might be a form of sleep paralysis because there's always like a figure. You wake up half conscious and you see a dark figure, like a shadowy figure at like the base of your bed.
So scary.
That's either looking at you or like, or you know, there's like a lot of paintings of like them on your chest. Like some people feel like they can't breathe because you feel like paralyzed.
Did you have a demon
sitting on your chest? I didn't have a demon, but I had like a very like a woman in a veil situation.
Oh, like a spooky, like undead witch or something.
Yeah, but she was like, I mean, you couldn't really see her. She didn't seem like gross, but she was like sunken, like dark hair, like a veil, kind of sitting. And she seemed like in the weird dream space or whatever. I was like, oh, I shouldn't tell her I'm awake. Like if she knows I'm awake, she's gonna like
come and get
me. Yeah, like there was this idea that because she kind of like looked at me, and I was like, no, I'm asleep. Not me. No,
when I was
not me. You live your life, ma'am.
When I was really
scary
little, I have an older brother who's 2 years older than I am, and we were very, very close when we were really little because we're close in age, and one summer we're like hiding out in like it's like late at night, we're hiding out in like the den room, like watching TV.
I thought you were gonna say you were lit.
We were lit.
And I was like, wow.
I was 7. I was lit.
You never know.
And we were like up too late, and then we heard our, my dad walking down the hallway, and we were like, oh no, and we jumped into the bed. It was like a pull-out couch, and we jumped into it, and like we were like immediately just like threw ourselves down on the bed to like pretend like we were sleeping, and like the next day I was like, Dad, did you like? No, we were not sleeping. He was like, yeah, the lights were on and your faces were completely face down in a pillow.
Oh
no
God.
one sleeps like that. Like he knew we were awake.
Oh my God.
That was fun. And the next night I was like, oh, I'm bad at hiding that stuff. I should have not shoved my face into a pillow.
Yeah, not very subtle.
Yeah. That just reminded me of the thing, like, I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
I'm asleep.
It's fine. You don't gotta murder me right
Don't
now.
murder me,
like,
veil lady.
Or like drag me to hell or whatever the fuck you're about to do. Actually, in my adult life, I had a really weird sighting. More like a sighting where you're like, I don't know if my eyes are seeing correctly.
Uh-oh.
Kind of thing.
Tell me.
Okay. So like this was like a few years ago, and it was like really late at night where.
Do you want to be a demon?
Oh,
You have angel wings and
I
you
like
have
that you
demon.
bring like accessories.
Yeah, it's fun.
I do like. Well, I was
You're
gonna wear
cute.
horns today, but I couldn't find them. No, so I was like accompanying, I guess, like a gentleman caller out into the night. Because
wait,
like,
this is a dream?
No, this is like a real thing that happened. Basically,
What did
a
you get a date?
No, yeah, I was at a date.
I was like,
I was
a
trying to be
gentleman.
coy because we were being goth here.
I was like, whoa.
No, so like, well, I was dating someone, and like they like, it was a super weird night because they ended up accidentally like hurting themselves.
Oh no.
Like late at night, and then they were weird, and they were like had to like escape in that moment, but like couldn't go to the hospital because they were like really weird. I don't know. Well, I don't want to like. Anyway, so they had to like call a car through their company in the middle of the fucking night. So this car had to come all the way from Jersey. This is not important to the story, but like the person who I was dating was like really hurting. Like I had to like. I was like
a physical injury?
Yeah, it's like I feel like he couldn't walk properly.
Okay. He sustained a physical injury. He called his company to send him a code.
No, because the thing was out of his mind. I don't know.
I'm not judging. This, like, I'm just confused by him.
I'm just as confused.
Okay.
Literally the whole, I was like, this is not necessary. And so like, maybe he's watching. It wasn't necessary. But like, anyway, so I was like helping him down as we were waiting outside, and it was like probably like 3 a.m. or something. It was really late at night, so there was no one there. It was cold, and we were hanging out waiting for this Jersey car to come out of the night to come get him. And like this woman is like walking down the street towards us, and like I live kind of on a main street, and like it's like across the street from the building, and she's like coming over, and she's walking really slowly. And it's this thing that, like, through this dude's pain, he, like, looks up and he's like, does that, like, woman have a face? Like, what is up with that woman? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? This man's, like, delirious. Bro. I was just like, are you, what? And I look over and, like, I swear to fucking God.
She had no face.
This woman had no face. like,
they're the Matrix.
Skin. Like, just all skin. I like, and she like walked close to, like, not like right in front of us, but like across the street, and it was like pretty well lit, and like it wasn't like through the mist, like this woman had no face, like she just fucking kept walking like
That's
nobody's
so
business.
Spooky.
And like literally like she was like not even a block away, and like she looked straight at us, and like I like had to check my eyes. I was like, this fucking bitch doesn't have a goddamn face. And like to this day, and she just fucking wandered off. She didn't come for us. It wasn't weird except for the no face thing. And then I looked it up, and there is like this weird trope about like faceless people like wandering around the world.
Dude, that's the Matrix.
I know. It was a glitch in the Matrix for sure. It either the algorithm or like, what is it? The simulation had a fluke. Or she was like the spirit, like other people are like, oh, if you see a faceless person, it's like their spirit couldn't like find their body. Like it's still wandering around trying to find itself, basically. Like it's like a lost thing. And I was like, fucking crazy.
That's so spooky.
It was nuts. Like it was real. And you weren't even like, and this is the thing, it's like about like creepy things that happen in real life. It only really gets creepy like afterwards. When it's happening with that lady, like we both like confirmed it and just like watched her. Like we were just like, this is the weirdest thing. And we're like spooked at all. We were just like, well, that's nuts.
That would spook me.
And then I got back out to the apartment and I was like, oh my God, like it's so weird. It was so weird. I still wonder.
Freaky as fuck. I thought I saw someone with no face the other day, but really they were just like, they had like a big like hood on that was sort of obscuring their face. It was casting a shadow. It's late at night, and his mask was almost the same exact tone as like his face. Yeah. It was like his skin, so it just like from a distance looked like he had no face. But then I got closer and I'm like, this person is just accessorized in a way that completely shrouds their face.
Looks fucking cool.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
Cool. Yeah,
just a cool looking person, mysterious.
Not even remotely as spooky, but has some sort of like elements of when I was very small, I had a shirt. Oh, okay. Not relevant, but just, I collected frog paraphernalia when I was really little. Nice. And then I grew a little bit older and it evolved into dragon paraphernalia. Anyway, I'm really little. I have a t-shirt that has like a cartoon frog head right here. And the mouth of the frog opens up. So you can go like this.
Oh, cool.
With the shirt. Yeah. It was so cute. And then it has like an open mouth. And then I wake up in the middle of the night and I like sneak out of my bedroom to the kitchen. I want to have a snack. And there's like some leftover like cold spaghetti in the fridge. And I like unwrap it and I like take what do you call one spaghetti? One ribbon of spaghetti?
A single spaghetti.
Single spaghetti. And then like I ate one. And then I was also one of those kids that like treated like stuffed animals as like real beings. So like, then
that's all kids, right?
Right. So I took a piece of a spaghetti and I like put it in the frog's mouth and I went yum yum yum, like I put it in the mouth as I was eating it. But of course I know it's like not so real, so I like go.
Did it actually eat the spaghetti?
I was like, all right, I gotta go pick up the spaghetti from off the floor, and I don't see it. And I literally was like, I looked everywhere. I looked under the fridge. I looked in every inch of the kitchen, even like feet away from me.
Yeah.
I looked in like my pants. I looked in my like I took my like I remember like I went and like looked in my don't know.
That frog that shirt ate it.
Ate the spaghetti.
Your like childhood pretend power. You got electrocuted and that's your power.
I turned my clothing into living things.
Yeah, like
that's pretty sick.
That is like actually really cool.
I had an OC in high school that was like a dude whose shirt was alive. But then like
nice.
Kill la Kill came out and then I was
like
now I can't make it. I mean, it's a lot different. The whole structure of how the thing lives is different. But I was like, I can't make it anymore. Even like the design I made. This was years before Kill la Kill came out. Was similar to Kill la Kill.
They definitely stole the idea from you.
I was just like, I can't make it now. Everyone think I stole it from Kill la Kill.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like the idea of like magical clothing is sort of...
It exists already?
Yeah, like I feel like that's kind of a trope of like sneakers that can like talk or something.
What?
I don't know. What? I'm trying to think. I swear there's something about like,
Google this trope.
That there's something about like sentient clothing, I think is
sneakers talking trope.
There's got to be at least one set of talking sneakers out there.
Sneakers, film, TV tropes. All women love shoes, TV tropes.
Oh,
Why
yeah.
shoes act as a symbolic foundation for human identity.
Wow. I believe that. I don't actually know if this is a real thing. I just feel like there's got to be other sentient clothing out there. I'm trying to think. Like, like the idea like shoes would be so stinky that they're like alive. And they've taken on life. Like the bacteria is formed into consciousness.
I'm trying to think of this movie. It's like, it's in the realm of like the Goonies or something like that.
Yeah.
But I remember it's like, I always have this question every 5 years or something. I always forget it and have to ask someone to remember it.
What
again.
is it?
I don't remember. It's like...
Can I wear your gloves?
Yeah.
Or a glove?
We wear both gloves. It's fine.
Okay.
I think it like some kids find some like sort of like alternate like underground like reality of like creepy like monster people, and all I really remember at the end is like,
I think I've seen this as well.
They're like some
is it like a blue guy?
Maybe I remember at the end like toxic waste or something falls on like the evil person. She turns into like a giant shoe that talks.
Oh, I don't know about that. See, I was right all along.
But this is the only thing. I'm gonna have to ask the Facebook group I'm in what it's called. We'll see.
Man, wow, these gloves are like really cool looking.
Oh, they look better. You should wear them. You do look like I think you're beautifully placed in a coffin, like when you were like this. Yeah,
He's dead.
you're ready to shoot like a music video.
Man, I know. We'll do it.
Yeah,
For tonight.
with our eventual band.
Oh my god, yeah, it's definitely gonna happen. Drop the album. Drop the music. Do you want to hear about the other spooky thing
Yeah,
that I was watching?
that's what I came here for.
the spooks.
Give it to me.
You came for the spooks. So the other spooky thing, and then, okay, so it takes me a sec to get into the spook, but so someone recently told me that they're rebooting Frasier.
Already spooky.
So spooky, right? Like, did we need that? I don't know how I feel about it.
It's like Frasier, reborn, and they're all zombies.
like they like clone Frasier in the future.
It's like Demolition
Frasier.
Man, but with Frasier.
Frasier, we need your help. We took your DNA out of the last piece of hair left on your little bald head and froze it like Austin Powers.
Isn't the guy who plays Frasier, like, isn't he, like, not a nice man?
Well, that's what I'm getting into.
Oh,
so
boy.
I didn't know anything about it. So, of course, I was like, holy shit, and I had to, like, so I was Googling, and then I didn't know anything. I, like, love Frasier, but I like, love the character of Frasier. And so, yeah, I was really surprised to find out that, like, I don't know if he's, like, not a nice guy, but, like, he has...
I thought he was, like, very, like, right-wing or something.
Maybe. I got really dragged down the hole of, like, his divorce from his third wife.
What's his name again?
Kelsey Grammer.
That's it. I was like, Casey?
And his wife, and it's really fucked up, is like that like divorced him, and he's now remarried, but like the wife before that was also one of the Housewives of Beverly Hills women from like 2000 and
Unexpected.
11.
Sure.
And I guess their divorce happens on the show, where like her whole character is like, I'm married to a celebrity
On the Real Housewives?
Yeah, and
Whoa.
so now we know that.
How
like,
did they meet?
Tell
me everything.
Well, I watched the first. I bought the whole season of the.
So have you watched it all?
That's the dark. It's the fucking darkness. Is what it is. Like that's the darkest thing I've watched. I watched it like 2 or 3 episodes. I bought all of them on Amazon so I could watch them, and it's like the most fucked up show I've ever seen. First of all, also just like with like Kelsey Grammer and his wife, it's like now you know that like when he goes to New York during the show, like he's actually meeting up with like his new mistress who ends up being his wife later. But also like the woman he was like married to was like, she is like kind of a nightmare too. Like they're both like kind of not the nicest people. It's kind of hard to tell like where.
He's like famously not nice though. I'm gonna
really, yeah, look up why he's not nice. But like and then I found a Reddit of people who like he apparently had gone to restaurants and they were like serving him at the restaurants in New York and talked about how he was just like
Kelsey Grammer politics.
Like ironically kind of like his character he plays like a little self-important, and he like quotes his Frasier character to people and stuff.
He quotes Frasier to people?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, he does. Like, I guess someone will ask for like a, which I kind of love because it's like the character Frasier that like someone will ask for an autograph and he'll be like, I'm listening, and then like write like Kelsey Grammer underneath it, or he'll say that, or he like left one server that was like serving him at a restaurant said that like he left a voicemail for someone as Frasier for them, and like
that's actually kind of cute. I thought it was tacky for a second, but then I'm like, well, he's just like leaning into what he's known for. If it doesn't upset him, like, that's cool.
It's fine.
But here, Kelsey Grammer's pro-Trump politics risk tarnishing the Frasier reboot.
That's crazy. That's so funny that he's like super conservative, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever that means, that he's pro
Kelsey
Trump.
Grammer praises Trump, calls the rest of Washington clowns.
That's the thing. I was like, oof. Like I kind of wish I hadn't looked anything up about him, because now I'm kind of like sad a little bit. But anyway, I mean that. But then I was watching, Housewives of Beverly Hills for research purposes to get the inside scoop on sort of what was going on. And, like, I gotta say, that show's, like, again, kind of like reading the end of Kerry, where I thought I was gonna get electrocuted. I, like, equally had this really weird vision of, like, what if I had been one of these, like, wives and, like, wasted your whole life being just, like deeply materialistic, and they're just like so uninteresting.
I can't watch shows like that. Like, maybe
I've
tried. I
believe
love reality competition shows. I can't watch like a plain reality where you're just like following people. Although I've never watched The Simple Life, and that seems like fun.
Oh yeah, I want to watch.
There's like. But there's like, from what there's like a goal to that show. Like, there's at least like from what I understand,
like
Housewives. Yeah, like Housewives and like Kardashians, you're literally just like following these people.
Yeah.
I just can't. I'm just like, I'm not invested.
Yeah. Let's let this cop car go by. You think it picks it up?
We're gonna get arrested. I'm gonna get arrested for not liking reality.
Get out of here.
How
the
dare
Kardashians,
you?
The Kardashians burst through.
Yeah.
But Kim, I support you.
They what?
I support Kim Kardashian. I really like Kim Kardashian, actually.
I really don't know anything.
She's like really cool. Like, she's going to like law school now, and like she's having a divorce from Kanye, and like she's like
Let's go to law school.
Yeah, well, because she wants to like do work to like like end jails and stuff. She does like anti-incarceration.
That's cool.
Work. Yeah, she's really seems bomb. In certain ways, I actually don't know much about them at all. I've never watched the show either.
I'm not a huge fan, but I guess I don't really know. I'm just not that interested, I guess.
Yeah. I think I'm like impressed by like kind of the empire they've built. I have like a respect for that, especially like Kim Kardashian, like starting that out as like having like a sex tape released and like being dragged through the media, and then like, her family like spinning that to sort of start their dynasty basically. I'm always like, that's kind of like pretty cool. But I don't know anything else outside of that, except like now all the drama that I've been hearing about, like her divorce from Kanye and all the stuff leading up to it. Also the darkness. Anytime it's with celebrities, it just feels like the fucking darkness.
Kanye's like the king of the darkness.
God,
a lot of like chaos going on there.
He's like chaos theory, like, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why was I looking?
I'm going to check her video just in case.
Okay.
I've never used it.
I guess it's spoilers. Are we good?
We're good.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Is it filming?
Yeah, it has like the stop button on it.
Then we're good.
Yeah, because it would be like a circle, right?
Yeah, if you need to record
I'm
again.
just really paranoid because we haven't used it before.
That's good to be paranoid. I can't talk about it because it's spoilers for a current TV show, and I don't want to do it.
What TV show is it?
WandaVision.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen any of those.
Yeah, and it's good.
I've heard good things.
Normally I'm like, whatever, Marvel, do your thing.
Yeah.
I don't care, but like this is really good, so I won't spoil anything.
All right. I'll watch it for sure. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people who aren't into like Marvel stuff be like, oh, I really like the show.
Yeah, I mean, just because I have so much time on my hands, I thought I would just like watch all the Marvel movies in like consecutive,
Why?
in like their like intentional like consecutive order, just to like know. I like knowing what's happening in pop culture, and I just can't watch the Kardashians, so I guess I'll watch Marvel.
Do you want my Amazon password? You can watch Housewives of Beverly Hills.
From like 10 years ago?
It's like 10 years old. That's the other thing. It's like this terrible time capsule of like, I can't tell if people were watching the show and starts like seeing all the cracks and how awkward and just uncomfortable everything is, or if people are watching it being like actually wanting to like emulate their lives, because it's like
probably a little of both.
It's crazy to watch.
Although I was once sitting around, I was hanging out with a family member, and that family member's friends were around, and they all really it was like The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I don't remember which one. I don't watch those shows, but
This is a safe space, Chandler.
well, no, one of them said one of my family members, I don't want to say anyone's name because but one of the friends was like, oh my god, wouldn't it be so amazing to have your entire courtship and marriage just documented? And I immediately thought absolutely not.
No, it sounds
no,
like a nightmare.
it's awful. And I'm at that point, I was I guess it never really occurred to me that people have that mindset, but that's probably a huge majority of people, especially who watch that show.
Yeah. I think the attention. I think it's really wanting the attention. I mean, yeah, I was thinking about that in this thing, and I think it's just such a specific culture that these, specifically the women that they're documenting in that show, because it's they all have the same house. And this is from 10 years ago, so it's so dated, but it's something where none of their life, everything is so fancy and so expensive, but everything they own and everything they wear and everything they eat is so ugly and tacky.
Yeah.
And
money can't buy taste.
They really can't. And joy can't buy joy. They're all living in these
McMansions.
I think they're nicer than a McMansion, but basically their own worlds where they don't have to come in contact with anything. And it feels so dystopian. It feels so dystopian and weird to watch it.
It's like Stepford Wives.
Yeah, it feels like that, where it's just not a real world. And then it made me sad for their kids, because there's this thing where there's an episode where there's 2 sisters, and so one of their kids is 20 years old, and so they go on a spa day, and I was what a weird world to grow up in, because there's no space for you to access youth culture outside of maybe the internet, because they're all just in this really the money keeps them trapped in this really interesting space, and they're trying to get out. It's this whole thing.
Well, the kids.
Yeah, the kid's trying to get away from her mom, because her mom's overbearing, and so they're trying to go to Texas because they actually have friends there. But it was this really weird sterile space, and it was fascinating to me to think about that they want to stay there, but it doesn't seem like a nice place to live, to be honest. It felt like a very lonely, weird show to watch. And also all their husbands hate them, and there's this weird, it's the darkness, Chandler. It's it really is the darkness.
Dark. I mean, I'm from New York City. I've been around a lot of that kind of environment before.
Oh yeah.
It ain't pretty. Yeah. I know someone who, I don't know if they still currently do, but worked as a person on the set of one of the Real Housewives shows.
Oh, really?
I probably shouldn't say anything, but it was just as chaotic and weird as you think it would be, and kind of sad.
Yeah, I feel they all have really intense insights into the women's lives, even though a lot's performed. I think there's this thing where if you're just in someone's house, there's a lot of scenes where you're just oh, this is really sad, or they're really awkward around normal people. Some of them own restaurants, and when they go and talk to the people in the kitchen, it's
they're oh,
it's a baby
hello.
Wandered in. Yeah. It's a baby wandered in, and they're oh yeah, yes miss, blah blah blah.
Yeah, I mean that's sad. I'm
it's I'm 2-3.
They're also just victims of I mean, I'm sure they've done some awful stuff and aren't necessarily good people, but they are definitely victims of just how women are treated, and they got full. They're oh well, gotta. I assume they all married a rich man, and they have to have this and have a kid, and they're live these weird housewife lives.
They're some of them were children, which was
some of them what?
Some of them were children, and this was something that specifically.
Did they marry young?
Yeah, some of them married really young, and so that's the thing with Kelsey Grammer and his wife Camille. I don't know if she
ex-wife.
Yeah, ex-wife now, but I don't know if she kept his last name. But the thing is, when you hear her talk about it, it's I think they got married back in the 90s, and she's already much younger, and so there's this thing where she like doesn't have her own identity, and so her whole like shtick in this show is like she's trying to like build an identity, but also she's built her whole life on keeping her body in a really specific shape. And she's this very known as like this beautiful woman, and it is really sad.
I love it as like a character study, but it's like the reality is very sad. Yeah,
and like I guess that's what she's like. It's sad because she's like a real person.
Yeah,
who obviously went through a lot of trauma, but there's like whatever was happening in that marriage. I was like, I don't blame either of them for really hating the other person, because like she was basically never grew into a fully formed human being. Mm-hmm. He was like a narcissist. But then like, because like basically he like raised her in this weird way, like she just only existed within the bubble of his wealth, that like how can you love someone who's like not a full person, but you kind of helped make them that? It's really fucked up. So I don't know if I'll be finishing the season, because it's kind of like too sad at this point, like 10 years later, to like watch with any kind of
I'll watch like one episode with you.
Okay, can we just watch the newest episode?
Sure.
That I'm on. I
do not care about the chronology. You'll fill me in on any storylines that I need to know.
I kind of wonder if Kelsey Grammer, because he credits himself with getting her on that show, because he was like, I guess I'd let her have her own show. That if he did that to like set her up and like publicly.
That's so gross.
I don't know. Like you believe everything after watching it. Like it's so terrible. Anyway. It's too dark, but like thinking about it like nonstop.
Yeah, housewife life is very dark. It reminds me, I have this
it's not good.
I went to, I don't know, a couple of years ago, I was like checking out a massage therapy school in Manhattan. Mm-hmm. And I didn't like the place. It seemed like a racket. But I checked out the whole like it was a racket.
They weren't legit.
I mean, I know legit people that work there, and I know there are people who have gone there who like have good careers. Yeah. But like, the admissions lady gives me like, you know, the full spiel. She shows me around, and then she's like, "Here's the admission paper. Sign it." And I was like, "Okay, I'll think about it." She's like, "No, sit down and sign it." And I'm like, "Can I take it home with me?" Yeah. And she was like, "No." And I was like, "I can't take it home."
That's exploitative as well.
And I was like, and she was like forcing me to sit down. I remember like sitting down and being like, "Should I sign this?" And I started crying. And I was like, "No, I'm not going to sign this."
What?
And I got up
you started crying?
I was like, yeah, because I just felt so pressured.
Well, yeah. No, don't. Yeah,
I didn't. I got up and I left.
You should call them out. What were they called?
I don't want to.
Can you whisper it and then I'll like call them out? Can you whisper in my ear? Okay, I won't pressure you. Fuck you guys.
Because there's my favorite massage therapist I've ever had in my life works there.
Yeah, you okay.
And like once every few years I like ask for a question.
Never sign anything.
I didn't sign
in the
it.
moment. Yeah, just to like everyone out there. It's always such a red flag if someone's pushing that.
Yeah.
Oof, I'm sorry.
And then so I'm at the tour of the thing. I'm on like whatever floor it is that certain classrooms are. Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for the elevator, and there's this, like, older woman, like, a little older than middle age, like, next to me, and, like, she just had, like, real housewife, like, look and, like, energy about her, but she was, like, a lot, like, quieter, and you could tell this woman is just, like, filled with anxiety. Yeah. And she's, like, talking to someone on the phone, or being, like, in, like, she's, like, and my ex-husband and, like, my kid are away this weekend, so I finally have, like, a day alone, and, like, she seems, like, so, like, broken, and I'm just like, I want it, and like had like a lot of insecurity, and like she looked good. You can tell she got a lot of work done, but like she looked good, like, but I'm sure she is like a beautiful person, whether or not she did or didn't, like, whatever. But I wanted to, like, I just had this like instinct to like talk to her, be like, hey, I didn't obviously, but I was just like, I wanted to like make her feel, but like, hey, you're cool, you seem cool and like nice, and like, I wanted to save her.
Save her. Get out of there. It's just a hostage situation. Yeah. But the thing, like, the hard thing about those things, it's like the hostage situation. It's like they're really. I understand. It's like there's a lot of like sexism in play, but there's also like you're keeping yourself hostage a little bit.
Oh yeah, it's like there, the choice.
The wealth is so intense.
Yeah, of course.
That you. It's nuts. It's sad, I guess. That's why it's like so weird to watch that show, because I'm like, why do you stay here? Like, what is the point of this?
Money, 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 money.
Yeah. And I guess some of them are like child stars.
That makes sense.
The girl from like, what is it, like Witch Mountain, like Escape to Witch Mountain is like an old movie.
Oh, I know that name.
Anyway, there's one of the actresses.
She's one of the housewives?
Yeah. I think there's 2 actresses in there that are like, yeah. And there's a few like women who are like really cool. Like it's interesting to see who gels with their husband and who's like just a weird like pet human for their husband. And it's like, it's what you would think. It's like the folks who have their own sort of jobs and like lives are like doing really well or have their own wealth from their own family. And so they're like not behest to their husband. It's like much healthier. And then there's like just like weird woman children who are just being kept as like pets and are like frightened because like it all depends on like keeping up a certain like exterior look, I guess.
I would love to see like the real house husbands of like New York City though.
That'd be great. Hopefully it'd probably just be like normal households. Like I don't know.
I'm sure one of them's like a
Sandry.
Just like or just like a completely like insufferable gamer type who just like can't take care of the children properly.
It's like a Portlandia episode. That's also the darkness that I was thinking about gamer culture, and that the gamer husband boyfriend is sort of the new football watching.
Yeah.
You know, that's like the update is like women being like,
get off the damn Xbox.
Yeah.
I'm also your grandma, apparently. Or this boy.
I know. It's an age gap relationship.
Yeah.
She's like, get off your PlayStation.
Get off your damn PlayStation 7.
Yeah, that's like the new one. So, I mean, obviously not for everyone. Some people are lovely people.
What holes of gamer culture did you get into?
Oh, I did not too deep. It was just something I was thinking about, like just like cultural shift. It's like, oh, it went from like, I don't know, like boomer couples where it's like someone's just, I don't know, whatever diversion is in like, I guess like hetero relationships.
Well, the
like
football husband and gamer husband are like fusing, you know? They're like the Call of Duty football husband.
Yeah. Where it's like a bit of a warning thing. Like it's definitely not like, I think like the indie gamers that it's referring to. It's like, it's just bro-y. It's like the new bro-y thing to sort of do.
Yeah.
Because it's like now we're like an esports thing.
Yeah, esports.
Someone
I grew up with is now very wealthy, off half owning an esports team with his dad.
That's so cool. It's like, I'm kind of excited for esports. Like I wish I was better at it to like participate in a weird way.
People are like paying tickets to sit in like Madison Square Garden to watch a giant TV. That's fucked up. I mean, I would do it for like Sonic Fox, but I wouldn't do it for anything else.
Yeah, I think it depends on what the game is. I think I like the idea. There's a good like Vice documentary on like the evolution of like the fighting game scene because it's so specific into its own and it's sort of like coming up in esports. But like
that's where Sonic Fox was good at.
Oh really?
Yeah, he always wins the or they always win the
Oh, he's the furry guy.
Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, I thought you were talking about a video game.
A video game called Sonic. That would be cool. I mean, Sonic Fox is featured in a video game. I think it's Skullgirls. I think Sonic Fox could be rose to popularity playing Skullgirls. I have to double check this.
But I've seen photos. But he actually like comes in his fursuit and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like he like games in it and like
I think
went and got his like award like wearing his suit.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool. So he did like fighting games?
Yeah, I think they're non-binary. They around 2011, McLean was playing a non-competitive on Mortal Kombat.
Nice.
In 2020, Sonic Fox was added as a background character in Skullgirls.
Oh,
that's
cool.
cute.
Yeah, that's nice. That makes sense.
I like that.
Me too.
I briefly met I met Sonic Fox at a furry convention, and they were just like cool. Like I remember just wandering around the hall. This is the first furry convention I've been to in like a decade because I took a big break. And I was just walking around the halls, and I hear someone playing a piano, and it's Sonic Fox playing the piano, and I just like recorded Sonic Facts, and then like
I
they
think I saw
finished.
that video. I think
Yeah, they finished, and then like a crowd went and started like applauding, and they were like, "Oh my god!" Like didn't know anyone was there, and I was like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And
they were just like in their element.
Yeah, I mean, they were like, "Oh, what? Thank you." I'm just like playing the piano, but then there was another furry who I don't know if they were Sonic Fact's friend or not, in like a big purple suit, and like, mind you, Sonic Fox was playing the piano with the fursuit head on. Like I think paws. I know. I think paws were off because you need the dexterity.
Paws were off.
Paws off.
Paws off.
But there was like a purple fursuiter, like sort of laying on the piano, trying to do like the thing of like the beautiful like person laying on the piano, like trying to do that while Sonic Fox played.
I mean, that's like definitely a fantasy that should be explored more.
Laying on a piano. Well, there aren't that many pianos around to lay on.
It's true. I mean,
you'd have to look. The big thing of that is locating a piano.
That might have been like your only chance to lay upon the piano.
You know who's also, speaking of pianos and the darkness, Phantom of the Opera. Just reminded me of that. My brain just went there.
The Phantom.
I love the techno remix of the Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, I haven't heard it, but
I'm playing it for you immediately when we're done. It's like the best song ever.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's technically techno, but it's like a dance remix of the Phantom. It's so good.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah. That seems amazing. I once almost crashed my car listening to the Phantom of the Opera movie soundtrack.
That's very that's very like a
it was
like poetic way to go.
Yeah, I was like like really
and
then this like guy was like jumped out like into the street, and I was like, and I was like,
I almost crashed singing Good Charlotte, which is not as cool at all.
I mean, it's pretty good though. It's not bad.
It wasn't even like on a busy. It was just like me, just like not paying attention that there was a red light, and I almost like got hit by a car. Yeah. I was like, oopsies.
It's nuts. I haven't driven a car in a long time.
And why I'm making it okay, just for anyone, for our loyal followers who tuned in last week, Rebekka's heart is still on her knee, and I still have a dolphin on my chest.
Oh yeah.
I can't get to it right now, but we'll put a picture up here.
Trust it's there.
Yeah. it's we thought that it wasn't there, but it is like this. Like when I wash it off, there's like a shadow of it, and it does just like slowly like appear over 24 hours. It's messed up. I have a dolphin.
It's messed up
on my chest for like it'll be there for a while. Because I don't shower as often as I should, so it's going to be there for a while.
Nice.
Sick. You don't shower?
It's
hot.
I mean, it's good for your hair.
Yeah, well, that's because I have curly hair. I don't shower that much.
Oh, yeah. As long as you're not, like, smelling too bad.
I don't sweat that much, which I think is a metabolic issue, and I should get that looked at. But no doctor has said anything so far. I just, like, don't really smell
Maybe it's
bad.
Because you got electrocuted. I think everything about you now is due to you as a child.
I wonder if that's why when I was like younger on DeviantArt, I wanted to like associate with like an element, and I did choose electricity.
God. I just said perfect origin story. It's such a good origin story.
My usernames growing up were like a different version of like lightning dragon.
You're like a Pikachu otherkin.
No, I'm a lightning dragon.
Sorry.
Are there electric dragons in Pokemon? Do you know today's Pokemon Day?
No.
It's like the 25th anniversary of Pokemon today or something.
Shit. That's exciting. They just they just announced new games, right?
Did they?
Yeah, I saw people.
Your electric dragon Pokemon.
Electric. I mean, like
Salamence is electric. That's not a real Pokemon.
Dragonite is.
Dragonite's electric?
I think you could probably teach it. I know it does.
Yeah, but it's not electric.
It does
type.
Excuse me. Can I pitch my idea for sort of our adventure that I think we should do?
Okay.
There's a story attached to this. So also, so in terms of my sort of like internet delving into the dark side, I think this is probably a Next Pro thing that I watched or Atrocity Guide. I can't remember, but there was this thing.
A what?
Atrocity. There's a YouTuber called Atrocity Guide, and there's Nexpo.
Okay.
Or Nexpo,
cool.
who do like really cool horror content, like internet culture stuff. And so one of them, I think it's Nexpo, did it, and they did this thing on this app that was released and was really big in 2020, where basically you type in your intentions or something into this app and then set the radius for where you want to go, and it'll drop a pin where you need to go to that like specific place. And it's really crazy. So in Seattle, these kids were using this app I'll put the name of the app here because I can't remember. My phone's over there. But, like, I downloaded the app. So I think we should use the app. But, like, what's happened, you can go on TikTok and there's people's stories about their experiences on, like, what happened. Like, one girl saw someone get shot. One person found a cat. And the craziest thing was that in Seattle, I think in, like, West Seattle.
Wait, did you say someone saw someone get shot and then someone saw a cat?
Someone found a cat. So you set an attention.
Those are two totally different.
People find crazy stuff wherever they go. And so using this app, it gives you the pin. And so the craziest thing that happened was in Seattle, these kids were using this app. Mm-hmm. And they got their pin and they set their intention, which is part of this thing. And they get to sort of West Seattle. I think it's West Seattle. And they go to the water. And
did all of them set an intention, or did one of them and the rest followed?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't fully know with them what intention they set. But, like, they went to the place where the pin was dropped, and they found this suitcase.
And was there a body in the suitcase?
So they found this suitcase, and they opened it up, and of course the smell came out and engulfed them. And they, like, hit it with a stick. And then they started, it was on the news. I had not heard about it until this thing. And these kids kind of had the sense not to open the bag because it just smelled so bad. And, like, they took a stick. And
they video recorded this, right? I think I saw this.
Footage.
Is it the beginning of last year?
Yes. So you can go on TikTok.
This happened before the pandemic.
I think it was January. Yeah. January, February. And, like, there's footage of them opening up. And it's like the suitcase is like, it's like a medium-sized rolly suitcase just, like, on these rocks. And it's like, you see the footage of them open it and, like, hit it with a stick. And it's soft and it's weird. And, like, you think it's a joke, but they're like, and they call the police. And it ends up being... There was 2 people stuffed into this suitcase.
2?
Yeah, there's 2 of them. They got, like, shot and put in this suitcase and dropped there. So there was, like, a conspiracy in terms
There's
of, like...
a TV show that references that, right? Where kids find a body.
I mean, probably. I mean, it seems like a common thing. But, like, so this app has a lot of just weird stories attached to it. And most of them are probably, like, fake, but, like, that they definitely did find 2 bodies in this suitcase.
You said it was in Washington?
Yeah, it was in Seattle. And so I think we should use the app and use the app.
Someone was charged in August for it.
Really?
Yeah. Police ID bodies found in suitcases on Seattle Beach.
So scary.
What's the name of the app? I'm down. Let's do this now.
Yeah. So I think we should...
So you can set intention, I'll video record?
Yeah, and I can record the screen.
Okay.
And yeah, we can just, like,
Seattle Suitcase Killer TikTok.
I think, like, trying it in Brooklyn would be sort of weird, but I think it's fine. As long as we're together, I think it's fine.
Randonauting?
Yeah, randonaut.
Is that what it's called?
It's called randonauting when you go out. Like, you're called a randonaut.
When you do it?
Yeah. Like, if you're part of this, like, community or whatever. And I guess, like, the app supposedly works on this idea of sort of...
Randonautica.
Randonautica, yes. Randonautica.
This is like Pokemon Go.
Wait, go to your TikTok. Go to your TikTok.
Go to my TikTok?
Just go to TikTok and search Randonautica and see what comes up. Can you screen record, too?
Yep. I sure can. I'm gonna
see.
Get myself off. Disconnect from the Wi-Fi on my phone. Okay.
Yeah, so I think we should try this.
Okay, all right, here we go.
But there's one where, like, you know, she just did it. She's, like, crying.
Randonautica or Randonauting?
I just do Randonautica since that's the name of the actual app.
Okay.
Oh, see this crying.
Please do not go randonauting. Alright, I'm gonna turn.
So I just went randonauting. And our intention was death. We were on our way to the spot, and I look out my window and there's someone laying in the gutter with their wife literally, like, on them, holding them. So I parked and got out and he got shot. And then she gave me the phone and I had to call the cops. And Darius, he wrapped his jacket around the wound. And then the cops came and got questioned. He said to leave. And he just under Darius off.
Oh my god. Holy smokes.
Yeah, so like, I mean, chances are it's not a real thing.
I wanted to get my mind off of the world for a second, so me and my friend tried Randonautica. Don't worry, she's been staying with me for quarantine. We are social distancing. We chose Anomaly and set our intention as my mom's lost dog. Took us to the middle of the desert, and we ended up seeing a dog. We've never been out here and never seen this dog in our life, but he was so friendly to us and kept leading us in the right direction towards our actual point, which was really, really fucking weird. He also actually appeared out of nowhere. Both the dog and the point led us up to a line
feels
of
like
trees,
a
3
commercial.
lined up in a row. Didn't really find anything else except this dog. Then I heard the weirdest sound, like growling next to me, and I just bolted it.
They found their
We were
mom's
gonna take
dog.
him with us, but he ended up being the dog of the people who were living on the property nearby. Went straight home because it was pitch black. I wanted to get my mind off.
Yeah, well, I think now people have developed like this weird narration voice. We've all been on the internet long enough where we sell ourselves really well. So I don't know. So I think we should do it. A part of me kind of wants to do it in the park, but I know it's spooky.
Why not?
But like, there's
don't
2
care.
of us.
Does bad stuff happen in the park?
I mean, I think it's like technically you're not supposed to be like, you know, it's like dangerous to be out in the dark in the park.
Alone?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's like both of us. But I feel like that would be like the best place to go randonauting.
Yeah, let's
Or else
do
it's
it.
like, where are we going to go? Like the
Also, like-
Popeyes.
Yes, no random. I'm setting my intention to chicken.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like we have to set the intention.
What if we set the intention to chicken and then we walk around the park and see some fried chicken thrown on the ground?
That's the thing. So I watched this one and like, so people are always setting their intentions to like cult, the devil,
Death.
and I'm like, I don't know.
Why do you want that to be your
I know.
intention?
What's kid like?
Why do we make the intention like fairy or like magic?
I like that sort of like
Dragon. I want to find a dragon.
I want to find a dragon. Me too. Yeah, I guess we should do it like more vague, like sort of like wonder.
Yeah.
Or I like the idea of magic.
Magic.
Even though we should do something spooky.
Woman with no face.
Woman with no face. I want to ask her something. Come over here. I got a question. All
right. Well, should I stop the recording and we'll go do this?
Yeah, we can stop the recording and we'll pick up and tell everyone our intention. So
we'll see you on a different kind of screen in a moment.
All right, you guys. Wish us luck. Bye. Spooky.
Hi everyone. We're in the park. I don't know if you can see me, but we're about to randonaut all around this park.
Gonna randonaut the fuck.
You ready?
Yeah, so I'm just starting this up. It says Randonauting. Randonautica takes you on a truly random adventure in the world you never knew existed. Fueled by quantum brain power.
What the fuck is that?
The process uses theoretical mind-matter interaction paired with quantum entropy to test the strange entanglement of consciousness with observable reality. Randonauts often find their journeys result in serendipitous experiences that seemingly align with their thoughts.
A ghost!
Now, I'm just saying we're alone in a park, and so I just want to be...
All right, so what's our intention? Like magic?
So setting your radius, that's part, I'm just going through it. Anomalies, choosing an anomaly will run an algorithm over your radius to find the most statistically improbable distribution of points. All right, anomalies, so you kind of choose, do you want an attractor, a power, or a void?
What?
It gets really wily.
What?
And like, I don't fully understand it. Intent
Brain
or random.
versus owl?
Yes, you can set an intent or you can set it to random.
Didn't we want to do the intention?
Intention or theme for your trip.
Magic. No?
And you get owl tokens.
Or what about we make it the darkness is our intention?
That's like nerve-wracking.
Okay, I'll
That's
make
really
it magic.
Scary.
Okay.
Let's do magic. I'm just afraid we're gonna get murdered out here. I don't want to be stuffed in a fucking suitcase. Okay, so start randonauting. Oh, I need to get a password. Sorry.
Real Housewives of Randonautica.
Yeah.
A ghost.
No, I mean we could like. Should our intention be ghosts?
Ooh.
Let's say our intention is a ghost, because ghosts can't really hurt you, right?
But I think magic's more fun.
We
I don't know. We can do more than one.
Magic ghosts.
Magic. Ghosts just seem like I don't want. Like, if this works, like I don't want it to be something too scary. You know, like I'm not ready for that.
Yeah. Let's do magic, like kind of weird. You know, a little spoopy but not dangerous. Let's just sort of edge into this. Okay, so Randonautica knows where we are now. It's finding us in the park.
Wow, beauty's everywhere.
You know, radius made so much smaller. Okay.
Yeah, we need like 1.5 miles max.
Yeah.
Like I'm wearing some big boots. Actually, these boots don't hurt to walk in, and they were made for walking. These boots were made for walking.
So it's definitely going to send us at least. I can only put it down to 1 kilometer, so we might end up leaving the park.
Okay, that's fine.
So we'll see. It's all with.
How many miles is in a kilometer?
It's less than a mile.
Oh,
in a
perfect.
Circle around us, yeah. So it'll like. So we'll see. Okay, I'm just gonna put on quantum because we set our intention to, like, one of magic ghosts.
Magic ghost is too specific. It's magic or ghost.
Magic.
We can do ghosts after.
Your point is in the water. Try to get as close to it as possible.
Your point is in the water?
Okay.
I fucking hate this.
I know, me too. It says, your point is in the water. Try to get as close to it as possible. I guess we'll just start our journey and go. We'll just look at the water. Maybe we'll see.
It's in the water?
Yeah, so we're going to have to go into the park.
Out of the park or into the park?
Kind of like... So I think... Start. Oh, it's a 14-minute walk.
Beautiful.
All right, kids, let's go.
So we found like a little tunnel rave so far, and we're only like halfway through. They're playing 100% Pure Love by, who's it by? Crystal Waters, I think is by. Kind of amazing. And hi. Found a little raccoon. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. Oh, it's going under. Bye. Oh, it's hiding. It's looking. Another little raccoon. Hey, buddy. Hi. They're kind of like cats in their motions.
Wow, they really do. They're very intelligent.
Oh.
The luscious, beautiful wildlife of New York City.
Oh my god, another one's right there. A whole family. Oh, bye. Oh, cute.
Like forest spirits. Little trash forest spirits. There he is. Guarding our spot. He kind of is like where we're going.
Is it leading us to the magic?
He's
The camera can't really capture.
Oh, there he goes up the tree. So this is basically it, but it's like all the way out there.
So this is the spot. Feeling a little Blair Witch right now. Stepping in a lot of mud. Probably making my nice pants all gross. But I think it just brought us to some ducks, which I guess is like the majesty of nature. I don't want to get too close because water birds can be really mean and territorial. So I think there's like a family of ducks somewhere over there. I'm not gonna get too close and disturb them, but a little magical, seeing little baby birds. The cycle of life continues. And there's Rebekka being spooky. Hi, Rebekka.
find anything good?
I saw a little family of ducks.
Oh. Yeah, I heard him. I heard like a really big one come down into the water.
We got a little raccoon. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, kitty. All animals are kitties now.
All right, we're back.
We're back. I took my wig off.
It's good. Yeah, we look a little like less sinister. But yeah, we just came back.
Drink.
I know we got snacks. It's good. But yeah, we did the Randonautica, nauticking. We found a lot of raccoons and a rave.
Yo, the rave really,
Yeah.
I must have raised my spirit.
It made me a lot less frightened because I think when we first got out there, I was really, really frightened. Because it was spooky. There was like us and some guy like peeing into a garbage can.
There was a man peeing into I didn't see that.
Yeah, well, I didn't bring it up because I was like, because I'm the one who brought you out there, and I was like, I didn't want to be like, welcome to the park.
I'm like from this city. Like I know what happens
That's
here.
true.
Don't worry.
I know. I just didn't,
How dare you bring me
I'm sorry.
here? Yeah.
But it was spooky. I was definitely spooked out. I kept thinking, we kept coming across people who were just hanging out. And I know we were also just hanging out in the park, so technically they were probably frightened of us as well.
Yeah, especially since we definitely look a little spooky right now.
Yeah, you definitely look spooky. So like, but it's fine. We didn't really find anything at the place though.
No, at the spot it was just like a really kind of peaceful lake area, and there was a bunch of ducks quacking,
Yeah,
and
it
I
was
think I saw a
scenic.
little duck family.
That's
but
cute. Yeah, you went into the actual you like crawled into the forest, and I was like, well, I'm not going there.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know. The rave did feel magical. That did feel like a special thing we wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Yeah, and I hadn't been out there in a while. It was like, it was good to feel a little frightened. It was like in that sense. But overall, we didn't find anything. But we've only done it once, and I do want to do it more. I would love to do it in Manhattan. I think that would be really, really fun.
Do Manhattan.
We'll do Manhattan.
Go to Central Park.
Yes, Central Park.
Actually, I think Central Park is like more scary at night.
Yeah, I would say like I've done Central Park at night because I used to live near there, and it was like it's the worst. It's like really, really scary.
Yeah.
But I mean, you could do it during the day.
Rent a car and go really far.
That's what I want to do. Is sort of more like rural, because there's just like more places you can go, and it's spookier. And also there's a car you can get back into, which I would like. But overall, like, you know, it was fun. Nothing too scary, but I think that's good. But also our intention was like magic, so we just ended up like saying hello to a raccoon.
We have to like take the dive and do something really spooky, like all the TikTok people.
Yeah, death. We'll do death.
We'll
do death.
What if we put in mystery?
I think maybe we have to be more specific.
Okay, death.
Death. Just because like magic's like, ooh, like what do you mean?
Yeah, what is that? Okay, yeah, we'll do more specific. Ghosts. We'll do ghosts.
We'll do ghosts. I do want to do ghosts.
We'll do
I think
ghosts,
that would be
and
fun.
then we'll take the leap into like death or darkness. You know.
Yeah.
Well, darkness is big too. Death is more specific.
I think death is more specific. So yeah, so we'll work through at the sort of quantum mechanics of Randonautica. But I think we're gonna sign off.
We're gonna sign off. If you do Randonautica, tell us what you find in the comments.
Yes, go do it yourself. But if anything bad happens, it's not our fault. So.
Yeah, it's not our fault. We're gonna put a big disclaimer right here.
It's your own fault if you die. Good luck. All right. Bye.